Hello, friends and future lovers. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. So, today I was planning to go to my storage unit to start KonMari all the things on my clothes. And it's sort of rainy, and I'm sort of still recovering from a bit of a depressive episode this past week, and wasn't quite up for it. Um, it was all I could do to go grocery shopping today, unfortunately. But before I realized I wasn't up for it, I went and packed all the clothes that I have here at home, which is actually a decent chunk. Um, and I decided, well, I can at least kind of do this process with what I have here at home. It's a small amount of clothes. I probably have a pretty good idea of what I want to keep already. It's probably going to be most of it that I want to keep, but there's also probably a few things that I could really stand to get rid of. So I do want to do the thing of touching each one and asking if it sparks joy. I'm really interested in that process and seeing what happens. Um, I think what I'm going to try too is I kind of want to be doing this in the context of all of my other clothes too, to remember what I have and so forth. So I think I'm not going to agonize too much over things. I'm going to go for clear yeses, clear nos, and then for the things that I don't get a clear answer on or might have to try on, put those in another pile, and maybe bring those over to whenever the next time is. I can um, get to the storage unit and then maybe do kind of do the process again with all the stuff there, including the stuff. Anyway, whatever. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna do a time lapse and I'll maybe record a few more of these videos and see how I feel at the end. And I hope that I'm still able to do something this week, even if it's not what I planned to. And really, the thing that to remember is with anything really is like you're trying the best you can. Best you can is good enough. It's like things progress at the speed that as they're gonna progress. Like I wanted to do this every weekend, every Saturday, and it's gonna be maybe some Saturdays I can't, and that's okay. If I can only do 3 or 4 sessions per month, um, that's just the speed it has to go. And as long as I sort of keep up the intention and try not to rush and try not to falter, I think I can still get through this in a really productive way. So. So, these boots get a special thanks before I let them go. I had several pairs that looked just like these for a few years when I was working at a warehouse, and I wore them all the time. They were so comfortable. I felt very powerful and strong in them, and this was all before I came out and started transitioning. Um, and these are worn out. They don't really they're super leaky, like the water gets into them, and they're really big, so they're not particularly euphoric to wear. And yeah, but I just feel like, Marie Kondo says in her show that when you let go of something, you should thank it. And I think that these boots, and or the other boots that look just like them that are probably in storage, I'm really grateful for them because they were literally very comfortable, comforting, and they made me feel safer just by having them on. And actually, I was able to defend a friend and myself against a dog attack one time several years ago. Long story, but I was able to rush into the situation partially because I had these boots on and I felt like I could, and yeah. So I'm hoping that someday I can find some boots that are like a little smaller, kind of a little more feminine looking, but are just as sort of comfortable and like all-purpose and steel-toed as these ones. I've had so many amazing dances in shoes, either these ones or ones just like them. Like, I used to go to these outdoor camping, like blues fusion dance events, um, and like we would dance on all sorts of surfaces, like warehouse floors and outside, and weird, whatever. And so, like, I have so many memories of dancing on weird surfaces with these shoes. They really, believe it or not, they gave me the kind of grounding I needed for, at least for that particular style of dance. But as I said, they're not really me anymore. And if I'm really attached to having some boots like this, maybe I should like put them on my wish list or something, and get some. I've been meaning to get new. I've been meaning to get new boots for years, several years, and I have some new boots actually. They aren't steel-toed. They're actually really beautiful, but they're not steel-toed. They're not particularly good for hiking. So anyway, thank you, dear Timberland boots. You and your others really did a lot for me. This is another thing I want to give special homage to. This hat I have here. I might have it on backwards. There we go. This hat I knitted myself several years ago. It meant to be a devil hat, but I made the ears a little too far back, and so it just sort of looked like generic ears. But if you look closely, you can see the fire pattern. I might stick this in memorabilia, but I want to take it out of my sort of clothes, at least, because, well, I wore a lot before I came out, and it's not particularly gendered. Actually, I like the devil horn thing, but it just doesn't really look great on me, I think. I like the color, but it's too big, and the ears look a little far away, and I don't know. Maybe if I were to do it again, I'd have maybe smaller flames. I don't know. But I did kind of come up with this pattern myself. It's pretty cool. You can sort of see. Yeah, I borrowed a design from some book and then added the flame part. And the flame part took a lot of research and development. I tried a bunch of different flame patterns and eventually put them together on a sheet. On a little plan sheet, and it was really fun. But, so, if somebody I know sees this and they think it's amazing and want it for some reason, maybe hit me up. It's big on me, though, and my head is kind of big, so just know that it'll be probably big on you. But, I'm still not sure if it'll go into memorabilia or I'll try to get rid of it or something, but it's going to exit my clothes pool, and I guess that's an important decision. So. Okay, I'm done with my sort of first round of KonMari, all the clothes. I only got to do clothes that I have here at home, which is not all of my clothes. I don't have a lot of room here, so this might be a third. The clothes I went through today might be like a third or so of my total clothes, and and I didn't do it completely strictly. I have somewhat of a large pile here that's definitely keep, sparks joy. I have a sort of a medium pile that is, I'm not sure yet, and a small pile that's definitely can let go. The I'm not sure yet pile is, I'm going to take it back to whenever I can go next. I'm going to take it back to my storage unit and put it in the context of my other clothes so I can sort of see what I have and maybe spend a little more time with the things I'm not sure about. But in lieu of doing that larger project, I'd say that today was pretty successful. So right here is my keep. Right here is my keep pile. A lot of stuff I wear a lot and just have around because I like it. This pile here is the sort of maybe pile. Just, well, this is stuff I'm going to take with me next week to put into the larger context of my other clothes. Like the sheets, I have to sort of see what I have for sheets and bras and other things like running shorts. I kind of got to see what I have before I decide what to give away, because there might be some things like, if I have no other running shorts like this, these are perfectly fine. They might not be joyous, but like they're still pretty fine. So yeah, and so that's the sort of kick the can down the road pile. And over there and over here is my goodbye, thank you pile. I have that hat, I have another hat, I have just a lot of miscellaneous stuff, the shoes, a few shirts. It was really nice. There were a few things where I'm like, oh yeah, this is good for me to get rid of. Even getting rid of a few things is kind of like a symbolic victory. It's saying I can do this. I can go through this process. I can let things go. I really like the the practice of thanking each thing you let go. It's funny to thank an inanimate object, but it's also nice. It's like lets me sort of think about any memories associated with them and like choose to bring some particular each one of these pieces of clothes in a sense each one of these items represents almost kind of like an open file, and getting rid of the item is like closing the file. And that ultimately, I think, the more things you can sort of let go of that aren't like a necessary part or a joy-giving part of your life, the more room you have in your brain for things that can bring joy to your life and fulfill similar functions to other things that didn't. So for us sort of first worlders for whom this is an actual problem, I think, letting go of stuff is it's good stuff. Letting go of things and also trying to reduce what you have and get more out of what you have. Very rewarding, I think. Very freeing. Yeah, I want to be in control of my stuff. I don't want my stuff to be in control of me. And for me and many of us, our stuff sort of controls us. That's, part of the situation. So now all I have to do is clean up these piles, and I will consider today a success. And on the off chance I have energy tomorrow to go to my unit, maybe I'll do that and do a little bit there. Or I might just take this weekend off. My body might need the rest, and go in next week even more prepared than I was this week. So, adios.